Now, it's time for the Anchormen podcast with Dan Ball and Riley Lewis.
Hey everybody, welcome in for another edition of the Anchormen podcast. I'm Dan Ball alongside Riley Lewis. And as always, I like to say howdy to my partner in crime here, even though we work right down the hall from each other here at One America News, doing our evening talk shows. It's always nice to come up here and hang out in this studio and dress down. You know what I'm upset with, though? Where'd the whiskey go we used to have for the first few months?
Yeah, it's been a while, huh?
What happened to that? Guys in the back? Anyway.
Yeah, they cut us off. Off.
No, Jared just told me in our ear that he'll try and get us some next week.
All right.
Hold on a second.
The holidays are coming up, and we need a gift, so that'd be nice.
Yeah,
So for this brand, though, just so people know, because this was nice.
No.
So for people who might be curious about the brand, what is that?
No, not that one.
Is it not that one?
No,
That's
you're not pitching that brand.
Okay. All right.
No, that's some commercialized whatever crap that they bought us from the back. That's not that good Second Amendment stuff.
Okay.
It's way different.
All right.
Yeah. I'm not going to pitch that crap. Anyway.
Welcome to the Anchorman. That's the headline. You know,
we like good whiskey here on this show.
We do. Yep.
I don't know if we're breaking any rules when we have that whiskey, are we? No.
I don't think so.
Whiskey.
I don't know.
Can't you?
There's no. This is YouTube, right?
We're not operating heavy machinery. Anywho, how you been? Let's catch up before we bring on our friend. By the way,
Yes.
you know who the guest is. They don't yet. Have you had this guest on your show yet?
Never.
What the heck?
I know.
I am bringing you, and technically, if I was one of those guys that really, really cared about competition, I got to beat everybody, not just at the competing networks, but within the building, I wouldn't help you. I'm feeding you all these guests.
And for that, I thank you, sir, very much.
I think
much
you should buy the bottle of whiskey. Jared, you don't get it. It's on him. He's buying the next one for next week.
All right.
Anyway, I mean, we've handed you members of Congress and singer-songwriters and Miss USA's.
Ted Nugent on a silver platter. I thank you. Thank you very much.
Uncle Ted, if, by the way, you're first time watching the Anchorman podcast, you better recognize our theme song, theme riff, and that's all thanks to Uncle Ted.
It is.
I told him we were doing this like a year ago, and he was like, sure.
Wait, when did that song come out? Like 75,
1970.
76?
I'm not going to look. We got to get to our guest.
No, it's just
70. Put it this way. I was a little kid, and you weren't even a twinkle in your daddy's eye.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. But the point is, because it does relate to our next guest today, who's a very special person, good music is timeless.
Good music never dies.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. You could literally I don't know where I heard this. Maybe it was in a movie about if you had to pick a song to be the theme of your life, what would you pick?
Oh,
you ever
that's
think
a
about
good
that?
question. Yeah.
Was that a movie? Somebody remind me.
No, but okay,
put a message on X and tell me.
Have you thought about
what would the song be of the theme? What would the theme be to your life? That's what it was. Something like them.
Okay.
And I thought about that, and I don't know yet. At almost 51 here in a few days, if I know what song would be.
I'm guessing it would maybe be rock, probably for you, right? I mean, rock or rap, maybe country, actually.
Oh,
I don't know.
genre.
Yeah, the genre. I don't know.
It'd be country.
Country?
Even though I love classic rock and country and some rap and classical and jazz, I like lots, it would probably be a country song.
Hank
At
Williams
this time
Jr., maybe.
Country Boy Can Survive.
Yeah.
That's in the top running.
Okay.
And probably Country Boy by our boy Aaron Lewis.
Oh, really?
But then there's also a guy that did a song a while back called Real America, based on my show called Real America with Dan Ball. And he's our guest tonight. So if I don't say that's one of my favorite songs and maybe then he might get mad and just hang up online here and not join us. So,
all right.
Anyway, what about you?
I don't know. I mean, it's
rock. You're the musician in the house, by the way. Where's the guitar I gave you?
Oh, I left it downstairs.
Wow.
I know.
Wow.
I know. It would be rock for sure, classic rock, probably 60s or 70s, maybe Doors or something by the Eagles. It's hard to say. Maybe.
I'm just glad a 96 baby, that's when you were born, right?
97.
97, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm just glad a 97 baby knows that awesome music.
Oh, dude, I was just talking to someone on my team about this just the other day. He's actually here with us in the studio right now. He likes to listen and just hang out. Yeah, he's over there in the corner.
Oh, it's the one that looks like James Hetfield.
Yeah, exactly, from Metallica.
He's got a booker producer that looks like Hetfield from Metallica.
And I don't want to
Doesn't he?
I don't want to name drop, but he's a very talented musician. Incidentally, he plays guitar in a surf instrumental band. Very, very incredibly talented musician. I've seen his band live, and they're very good.
Why don't we have the Riley Lewis band and the Drifters or something? Riley and the Drifters. Like, where's the?
It's been a while. It's hard to find people that want to play the kind of music I want to play now. But to answer the question,
yes, the song,
yes,
the theme to Riley's life at only 26 years old. It's going to change over the decades, by the way.
I'm sure it will. For now, let's go with Hotel California, Eagles, because it's timeless. The twin guitar solo at the end it throws me for a loop every time. But
see, I was thinking more lyrics to my life to be a theme, not just favorite song that you would say encompasses.
Right, well,
so you're taking a big song. I'm taking one because I could sit here and if we played Country Boy Can Survive, I'll know every single lyric and tell you that this old boy, four-wheel drives, guns, the dogs, the woman, the wife, the kids and stuff. Yeah, all that stuff. I grew up that way. I try to live that way. There's a lot in Country Boy and Country Boy Can Survive that I relate to in my life. So, yeah.
That's interesting. When we get to this guest, I want to hear his take on the music scene today. I don't know.
He's been in the game for a bit, too. I think that the folks from our political realm that watch us on the talk shows here on OAN and in the America First MAGA movement are going to know him as like the MAGA rapper, the guy that invented MAGA rap. And I'm sure there's rappers out there that'll debate it, but one of the first, if not the guy that invented MAGA rap, the guy that calls him Trump's nephew, the guy that lives and breathes MAGA in his music, in his grill, in his tats.
And then the grill.
Like he lives in
his shoes and his hats.
In his everything, right? In his rollie, in his big pick 'em up truck. Yeah, he lives and breathes it. We met this guy. Oh goodness.
Yeah, how did you meet this guy? Because he's been on your show a bunch, and he's been here to the network.
Years. We had him at the wedding. Mm-hmm. We love this guy. He's awesome. 5 years ago, 4 years ago. Okay. I don't know. I don't know if we met face to face or I just messaged him. Then we had some chit chats. He'll remind me. And I went, I like this guy a lot. This is somebody we need to profile. This is somebody that is, to me, going to really help the movement. And then over the last 10 years, he has, especially the last 5 or 6. If you look at it, I really think that his music and his appearances, his social media posts, and just never wavering from the movement has helped. And I think it's brought different types of folks into the America First and MAGA fold that necessarily wouldn't have been before because they would be like, well, wait, I thought, Republican conservative people were like old rich white folk, right?
Yep. Not
rappers and people with tats on their face and young people and people that like rap. Like, seriously, I'm old enough to remember 20, 30 years ago, a lot of the folks that are in the MAGA movement and Republican movement today would not be in it 20, 30, and vice versa. Like way different culture. I believe that. Right? And I'm happy. I'm glad that President Trump came along and got our next guest, his nephew, or that's what he calls himself.
Well,
my friend. Should we get him on here?
We should. Let's
go.
Yeah.
Forgiato Blow, are you out there? Where is our friend, conservative rapper Forgiato Blow? Look at him, of course, sporting Trump 28 just to troll people and the friggin' necklace. Look at him. What's up, Blow?
How y'all doing? What's up?
Good, brother. How are you? We've been waiting to do this for a while.
Great, man. Huh?
I said, we've been waiting to do this for a while. You've been busy. We've been different guests, and we've been trying to get you on forever. How you been?
I've been great, man. Just kind of, enjoying Trump winning. People are so, losing their mind about Trump. It's not even year one. We're still in the first year right now. So I'm just dying for these next 3 years. I'm just watching how the left is just panicking over everything and, complaining things that he's not doing, then he does them, that he didn't do them the right way, or they don't care anymore. Like even the Epstein files are so burnt up, and then he releases it, and then they're having a problem with it. But wasn't Joe Biden taking showers with his daughter? Nobody cared about it. You know what I'm saying?
What a great point. Right?
They weren't talking about that forever. It was in one ear out the other. So then I saw the other day where he said, "Shut up, Piggy," to someone, or they said her name was Peggy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they just take anything Trump does and just flip it. So it's pure entertainment, especially when you sit back and everyone who's part of this show, even the people behind the scenes and editors, we all helped Trump come back. And we're all part of this. It was a team effort. Everyone who was on the MAGA side this time. Yep. We all watched the last election get stolen from us, so it was personal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I heard you say that, like, I believe I am the first MAGA rapper. You know what I'm saying? I know there's some other rappers. I got Tom McDonald, who's doing his thing now and came out and.
Yeah, I love Tom. Had him on a couple weeks ago.
I'm kind of an artist where it's like, I'm on my 20th Instagram after being banned, deleted. Like,
Wow.
YouTube, third YouTube banned, deleted. Like, I'm actually a J6er. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm actually at every single rally. It's like I change the culture more than just changing music. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of these other artists are not Trump more artists. They're just rapping about American things and stuff to go viral. Where I think I'm on a list that's very short of people who never changed on Trump.
That's
Yeah,
interesting.
he hasn't wavered.
Well, because
Ever.
there are some people in this movement who are just frauds, and
Well, we're already seeing it.
Yeah,
There's some in the Republican Party in Congress right now. I won't throw a couple names out, but I think we know some of the initials for some of them that are acting up and should be a bit more appreciative of what Donald Trump has done for them. And then you've definitely got social media influencers
Completely.
and some talk show hosts who have been turncoats on Trump.
Yep.
And I haven't wavered since 2015.
did
just
they-
like you, Blow, and I'm not going to waver, brother.
And sometimes certain people who are wavering, are they part of the circus? Is it part of the show? Is this how Trump's having them do it? You just never know.
That's true, right? Behind the scenes,
those
Trump could
three
be like,
initials you're
hey,
saying,
go
I
out
have
and
a
say
whole
this. Yeah, that's a great point.
Those three initials you're saying, I have a whole song and video with MTG saying she's the MAG MVP. She did my video. She showed me love. She shared it. She did more for me than a lot of other people did publicly. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So I'm not saying that's who you're talking about. I'm just saying in general, though, it's like you just never know these days who's part of the circus and who's doing what Trump kind of wants them to do to take attention off certain things.
That's a good point.
I think Trump probably had the Epstein list the whole time. I felt like that was his ace in the hole to be the president in 2028. Because at the end of the day, if you put a list out right now that has millions of names on it, what's really going to happen? Statute of limitations, who knows? Then, like, say us three were at the island, but you two worked for me. Like, does it ruin your business, your life, your whole family because you were my driver and you might not have did nothing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just like you never really know what is going on with this stuff and what behind the scenes is what really going on and what Trump's doing. That's why I've always been someone that's just like, I might not agree with this, but I'm just going to believe in it because Trump has the bigger thing. He's ending the wars. You know what I'm saying? He's getting people their money. You know what I'm saying? He's making America a safe place. And we picked this up after 4 years of hell.
Yeah.
So, like, you clean your room or you're cleaning your house or you're cleaning your relationship, your marriage, whatever it could be. It's just not like, okay, today it's fixed. Like, it's going to take time. So Trump's still in.
That's why I get upset when people are jumping ship already saying, why haven't prices gone down enough? Why haven't you kicked out more illegals? Why haven't you done this?
It's too early, man.
I know. It's 10 months. Like, people need to hold their horses.
We are giving a lot of money to other countries, but we've always gave money to other countries.
Sure.
It just wasn't put on TV the way it does. Just like, African Americans are dying by cops, but more whites get killed by cops every year. That's not good for the news. The news doesn't want to talk about that type of stuff. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it's like I had a song come out recently that was about bringing back capital punishment. And everybody was like, oh, it's a pro-black hanging song. And they were trying to ban me and delete all my stuff again. But the stuff never says nothing about being black. Wow. White people were hung also. It was called for capital punishment. Like, you want to murder, you want to touch children, you want to rape people, you want to mess with elderly people, then you pay for it in public. Like back in the day, and see how much your friends laugh and think.
I just called for public hangings on my show this week.
We don't judge by skin, we judge by.
And it's not about color. It's what we used to do when someone was treasonous or committed sedition to the nation. And those 7-8 Democrats who recorded that video, you probably saw, Blow, that's out there telling everybody in the military, and I'm a vet, and everybody in our intelligence community to defy Trump's orders and Pete Hegseth's orders. Well, guess what? 100 years ago, we would have hung you for that. That has nothing to do with the color of your skin. That's the way we got rid of people that were treasonous to the United States of America. Now we say, oh, it's political propaganda, and they get not even a slap on the wrist.
Yeah, not even.
So I see what they do with my words, and I'm just one person just like everybody else. So I can only imagine what they do on Trump's. Like I said, the shut up Piggy, the shut up Peggy. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
well, here's the deal. He probably knew her name's Peggy.
And make it a bigger deal than
right.
It is.
And he's doing a play on words with Piggy. But also, she was trying to run the conversation, was butting back in and throwing more questions, and other reporters are trying to answer.
But I think he said Peggy.
But even if he didn't, if he said Piggy and not Peggy, here's my whole thing. He could have been saying, because she's not a big, portly woman. I think if he did say Piggy, he was telling her to shut up because she was trying to run the conversation and walk over other reporters who were asking questions, like you're being a pig by trying to control the convo and throw too many. Like, you shut up, Piggy. We're going to have some other reporters
At
ask
the end
questions.
of the day, he's top dog, so he can get away with saying what he wants to say to
Well,
me.
yeah.
I don't really
I mean, he
care,
is the
you know
boss.
what I mean?
Listen.
It's just the way the game goes. You're the boss. But I'm just trying to say, so a lot of people that I see on my timeline, I'm seeing like MAGA's dead with 100K likes on it from
That's disgusting.
Republican influencers, you know?
Bots,
So it's
bots.
crazy to me, the stuff I'm seeing. You know, there's a lot of people that certain people don't realize, like, the influence that we have as influencers is big. You know what I mean? It's very big. There's a lot of
I
people
know. That's why I'm PO'd at people that are doing that, Blow.
Trump. So in some parts of me, it's like I just never been one of those people. My truck outside right now still has Trump on it with Ron DeSantis in a headlock from when he turned on Trump. And that's my governor. It says, don't be around no Ron. Do I like Ron? Yeah. But as soon as I saw him go against Trump, oh yeah, you out of here.
Yeah. No, I know. My wife and I, she's there today. She goes, you know what? Ron's done good for Florida. I like Ron. When he was running against Trump,
Yep.
you're against our guy. We're going to hit you like you hit him. Now, that's all gone in the past. You're doing good things for Florida. We can give him credit and say, good on you, Ron. But
and
if
you
you
never
hit
know
Trump
Trump's
again,
told him to run. You never know.
right.
Like that was
That's
part
what
of
I
the
always
plan.
wondered. Did he tell him to say some of that? So, and I see what you're saying with MTG. How much is it circus? How much is it reality? Now, I know for a fact she wants to run for gov, and he told her, don't do it. And so I know she was upset about that. And so and plus, here's my issue, okay? If Jimmy Kimmel put me on his show after the nasty stuff he said about me and this network versus her going on The View and the lies and nasty crap those women told, and she apologizes and kisses their butt and doesn't call them out, that's where I don't think Trump is saying do this to divert or do this and we're okay and we'll battle. I don't think so on this one, bro, because why would you be an apologist to these lying pieces?
I didn't watch the episode.
Oh, I did.
I didn't watch it. So I'm just saying, but you just never know the stuff going on.
I agree.
But I think if somebody gives you a chance to go on a network that doesn't support us, I think it's good to go there and try to represent.
I didn't say I wouldn't. I said I'd do it in a heartbeat, but I would call them out. It's live. I'd be like, hey, thanks for this opportunity. By the way, by the way, Jimmy, why'd you lie about me? Like, she didn't do that.
At one time, my biggest thing I did with MAGA was like, if you're a Democrat, it's over for you and my music. And I really started helping people understand what was going on. And instead of trying to reach Trump supporters, I was trying to reach anti-Trump supporters to try to get to them and be like, look, you know, my number one song, Burn the Flag. I might be burning your flag and you might be mad about it, but I'm burning it because you're burning ours. And I'm showing you, like, look, go to your country and burn your flag. Like, why you want to burn your flag, our flag in our country? Yeah. So, you know, it's like, I was beefing with Gavin Newsom. He was talking about the stars in my Rolls Royce. And like, oh, does that come? Like, pretty much making fun of me.
I remember that.
And I responded back to him like, yo, your whole place is on fire right now, bro.
I remember that. He called you out. That's right.
Stars?
During the fires up in Palisades in Malibu, these guys got in a little Twitter battle because, you know, Gav was trying to act hip and cool last year.
Oh, he still is.
He's going to run for president.
He still is, of course. Yep.
I know. Let's get into some background. I know you got questions about music. So our resident musician is Riley. You know, Blow, I've told you, I'm not musically inclined whatsoever. I haven't played an instrument since middle school and high school. I played the saxophone. I don't
You're the cool
sing.
Kid, man.
Yeah, Riley's the cool kid. He plays guitar. What else? Piano.
Started on piano. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, it's been a while.
And you write music.
I do.
You sing and you play.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have musical questions. I want to get some background on my friend Forgiato Blow because I only know what he's told me and what the internet tells me, which is usually 99% BS. So, Forgiato, on this show, because we have so much time, unlike the 5-6 minutes you get on our talk shows, you got to back way up and tell the viewers your real name, where you were born, and give us some background on Little Blow, who became Forgiato Blow. So walk us through the timeline, brother. Go.
Well, pretty much my name's Kurt Jantz. I'm from Tampa, Florida. St. Pete, Florida. It's kind of the same thing. I spent most of my young childhood as being a hustler, you know what I'm saying, like getting money ever since I was a little kid. Big thing about me, my grandfather started Auto Trader. So that's like the biggest thing everybody says, like, oh, they sold Auto Trader for $300 million. They've been filthy rich. Not knowing I went to boarding school in 5th grade, never went home again. Right?
Oh,
so I'm only going to just go against the grain from there. And most people who have successful family members or someone successful in their family, they know that like they're successful and everybody else is just maybe be helped out a little bit. No one's just going to give you what you want.
Oh, trust me, bro. You and I should talk offline. Dad's side of the family, dirt poor. Mom's side, money. We didn't see a penny.
Wow.
Totally get it.
Yeah, I've been, I would say competition with that, chasing that my whole life. I played basketball. I was a barber for years. I went to college at Santa Fe, then up in UF. I always just been a risk taker, a hustler, but so I started doing music. My music was doing pretty good. I think I made very degenerate street music at first. It was getting a lot of attention, but it's like a lot of people would say like, "Oh, it's this MAGA grift." I had #1 records before MAGA. I had songs with Rick
Yeah,
Ross.
talk about that. I've seen videos of you and Rick Ross and with Vanilla Ice and some other older rapper dudes that somebody my age remember.
Cole Ford. There's a lot of big name artists I worked with. It takes 10 years to be an overnight success. So I've been doing music my whole life, hustling, trying to build it up. I think at one time, like I was always looking at my grandfather's magazine and success. And I just see like, the magazine made the idea, but the advertisement was where the money came from. So I've always been big into advertising. Everything I do is a walking billboard from my face to my style to my cars, and I've always found ways to make my own money. No one's ever gave me a penny of hustle for every dollar I got. If I had a bunch of free money, I don't think everybody would see me working so hard. Like, why would I?
Good point.
What would I be trying to prove? I would have everything I want. I just go do what I want to do. I'm very passionate about the things I believe in. I enjoy cars. I have 11 cars. I got 3-4 Rolls Royces, car collection like crazy. I'm the kind of person.
If you grew up around Auto Trader, you better like cars. Because let me just tell you something.
Well, my grandfather had no nice cars.
Really? Wow. You know what? Was he from the Midwest or the South originally?
He was from New York City.
Wow. East Coast. Really?
Okay. The thing was, he had some yachts and a couple of little Ferraris when we were younger. But when I remember, he would drive his minivan that he got for his first car. And, it was just, I learned the hustle. I learned the game from him. I saw a lot of things. So as a youngin, I was able to see a yacht or see a Ferrari or see something nice, but it wasn't mine. It wasn't given to me. When I got sent to boarding school in 5th grade, that's why I like Donald Trump so much. He was sent to boarding school. Donald Trump doesn't do drugs or drink. I don't do drugs or drink. Amen. I'm straight edge. I'm a hustler, so I'm a businessman. So politics, at one time, I looked at Donald Trump as being like a boss. Everybody just wants to be successful. All these rappers before Trump was the president, and so he was, he wasn't called racist. They all loved him. They all rapped about him. Everybody was at his fights, ringside. No
cameos in movies, cameos in songs.
All types of stuff. So I was making my music, and in 2016, early 2015, I was thinking like, man, Donald Trump, I thought he could be the president. Nobody thought he had a chance in the world. Nobody thought he could do it.
I did.
But I'm saying like that's the world. Like,
no, I know the country. The media
and
made
I feel
fun
like
of him.
that was me with music. Like no matter what I did, another door would open up. It'd be another locked door behind it. The blackballing, the trying to keep me out of from doing independent. I was signed to NFL football players. I've been signed to major labels.
Wow.
I've had all types of things. If you're an artist, how hard it is to build up social media. Is the couple 100,000 that get deleted because you preach about anti-vaccine. But when I rapped about serving cocaine and naked girls, it wasn't a problem. It was promoted. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
You take my YouTube from
society.
me.
Think about it.
I was making $50,000 to $40,000 a month off my YouTube, off my music, which you'll make the rest of your life. YouTube took me down, and YouTube has just came out and said they banned people legally and took people down for the wrong reasons, going against the outcome of the 2020 election. Trump just sued them and got a big check.
So when are you suing?
Well, it's like they're private companies, so it's like somebody like Trump. He's got 65 lawyers sitting in the backyard. They're just cutting the check. Someone like me, they'll take 10 million for me to win 1 million. It's just get my page back. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Get my platform back.
Wait, so in your early days, where were you putting your music? Was it on YouTube or Spotify, or how did you grow your following?
Well, I put out my first song and I got a record deal with Thomas Jones, NFL running back. He played for the Bears, the Bucks, and the Chiefs, and I moved with him. And then I was living out of Miami. So a lot of people thought it was like a rich family doing it for me. It was an NFL football player who happened to be African-American. And he got me a couple features with a couple well-known artists at first. And I kind of was head-to-head with him, button heads with him all the time. I've always just been more of a boss and kind of want to do things my way. I'm more than just a rapper. I'm a label. Like I got artists signed to me. I create artists. I have camera people. I have whole teams shooting commercials for people, branding, marketing. So I think my marketing for Donald Trump was just as strong as my support for Donald Trump.
Wow.
Like if you were outside inauguration, they're selling thousands of chains like this for $10. I paid $100,000 for this chain. Then I took this $100,000 chain and put on Amber Rose.
I've seen it.
I took that chain and went and put on somebody like Amber Rose and put her in my video. So all the things that I had to do with my trucks, my Rolls Royce, my Dawn that said Trump 2024, all the stuff people use, all the billboards, everything. Trump didn't give me any money. Trump didn't say, I'll pay for you to do this. But what Trump didn't do was give me the cease and desist. You know, he could have said, take that billboard down, take that chain. You can't use my image. You know, like I got pictures of me and Trump together, and I'm wearing shirts that say, hoodies that say Trump's nephew. Right? So that's taking it to an extent.
Good marketing and branding, brother.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's like, you know, a lot of the stuff you got to sit back and, you know, no one's going to give you nothing in this world. Donald Trump, look at him, has everything in the world. He's still fighting for us, still fighting for you, still fighting for the people that hate him. That's kind of like me, you know. So I came up at younger doing my music, and then you know, my biggest thing was like to get with your idols, you know. So they say the worst thing to do is to meet your idols with their cape off, and you really get to see what kind of person they are. They're not who they say they are. Donald Trump was the first person that I met that was who he was. You know, he didn't say, hey, I'll give you millions of dollars, but he gave me his time, right? I know he wasn't real big. This was like 2017, maybe late 2016 when he was the president. He wasn't like, at one time, like he was so anti-tattoos and all this stuff. Publicly, I'm like, yo, when he meets me, he's going to be like, what is this? What's going on? And I told him, like, you want to see something crazy? I like pulled my pants down in the picture booth and showed him a tattoo of his face on my leg. He's like, that's crazy. That's pretty weird. You know what I'm saying? But he loved the idea of like the cars being wrapped and everything that I was doing. He was like, hey, but no matter what Trump really tried to do for me, the people around him wouldn't have let me do it. Like I had to finesse my way into every rallies. Like I'm literally in the front line of the inauguration with no passes, no paperwork, no credentials, nothing, because I'm the mayor of Magaville. The people know me. So if I go to a rally that has New York City Times Square and there's 50 blocks back to back with Trump people, and I start walking to the very front of that thing, everybody knows it's Forgiato Blow. But the difference between me, I'm stopping and taking a picture with all 50,000 people and sending them hats and signing autographs for these people. Then I get to the front and the campaign people know me and they take me right in. So like it was never like Trump or somebody would tell us, hey, I'll promise you fans a success and downloading my music if you promote what I'm doing or say what I'm saying. You know, I went against Trump. Never. One thing I ever said something about Trump is like, chill out with the vaccine, right? That's why I laugh at the Democrats because it's so anti-Trump, but they took his vaccine. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like they were they tattooed where they got shot up.
Well, come on. Remember what Kamala said when he was still in December and it just dropped the vaccine and they were just giving it to some people. She said, I'm not taking a vaccine if it comes from Donald Trump. And then when her and JoJo take over January 20th, by February, both them are rolling their sleeves up, taking it, going, yeah, it's fine now. It was the same damn shot.
Same thing, but I never cared that Trump made the vaccine. I was just saying don't mandate the vaccine, right?
Yeah, and he never did. He never had that opportunity
to, which he wouldn't have. But like only things I ever would say would be like, you know, don't mandate the vaccine. And some of my music, and I think a lot of my
people got to remember he didn't mandate. That was Joe only a month or two later when he took over. And Trump only brags because he likes to brag. We know this. He's a brander. He's a marketer like you, Blow. You brag on yourself a bit. Is he bragged about Operation Warp Speed, that at the time, the information he was given, he was allowed to cut through the usual bureaucratic red tape BS to get something to market faster than normal that we were told, and he was told too, was going to save millions of lives. So if you're the sitting commander-in-chief and your forte for your whole 50-year career has been building buildings, and you're sat down with people with probably 100 years of medical experience because you had Fauci and you had Scarf Lady and the rest of them all sitting there in front of him going, you got to get this to market or you're going to lose millions under your watch. What are you going to do? You're going to go remove the red tape, get the damn shot, let's go. At that time, we didn't know mRNA can give you myocarditis and possibly kill you. So again, I don't have any ill will over what Trump said about Operation Warp Speed. He never mandated, he never said take it. So yes, even though he took it and he pushed for people to take it if they wanted to, I wished he wouldn't have done that part. I wish he would have said, hey.
Well, the Democrats said there's sugar in there. It's not the vaccine. There's water in that needle. Like no matter what Trump does, right? It's not good.
Oh, I know.
So,
I
mean, that was
look at the Epstein files. They never cared about Epstein files. I've never heard Democrats for the last how many years say, open the files, until right now, after this government closure they caused. And then it's the day the closure's over, the first thing that every member of the 99% liberal-controlled media and every Democrat is talking about is Trump's hiding something in the files. We must have them now. Why didn't you say that in 2016 when he was in?
Do you guys ever wonder what that party's going to do once President Trump's out of politics? Like once he's done and he's just living his life? Because the only thing that unites Democrats is a vitriol for Trump and violence against his supporters. People like Charlie Kirk, who they killed in public. I just wonder, like, where does that party go once President Trump is out of office? They'll need some kind of central figure to hate, or else they'll
What do you
fall
think,
apart,
Blow?
right?
Who will they start hating then?
Yeah.
They create their own division with financially creation the division. Like, so you had LGBTQ, that was their newest thing. They try to create this big thing that everybody's like these trans and gay haters. I had Boycott Target song on #1. My problem isn't with no trans or no gay person. My problem is with trans and gay people messing with 5-year-olds and 6-year-olds.
There you go.
Amen.
Like,
Thank
you know what I'm saying? I could really care less what you do in your own time, as long as you're not feeding it to a bunch of 8th graders. You know what I'm saying?
Amen.
Yep.
And then, they had BLM was a huge scam, so you got to think. So they create their own type of division that they'd be like, well, they're Trump supporters or they're Republicans, they're against black people, when BLM was ran by white people to raise more money because they needed extra donation money. And I always ask black people that I know, like, where the money went. Like, you'll see me out in the streets doing my content. I ask people like, yo, I want to give you some money, help you out, black people. And I'll be like, you seen BLM? And they're like, nah. I'm like, okay, look how much money BLM raised. They could have made so many young kids, startup businesses, young multimillionaires, paid college loans.
They could have cleaned up thousands of communities with the hundreds of millions
didn't even bail out.
they brought in.
Half that money comes from like white guilt liberals. So a lot of people tell me like, oh man, the stuff you do, you got beef with so many blacks. I'm like, blacks? They don't even care. They don't care about the black people that I know in the streets in the hood. They see me and they're like, well, man, what's up with Trump? I rock with Chunky, one of them hats. It's the white guilt liberals that start this whole thing. It's a hanging song. Oh my God. Like, it's not really the black people that have the issue with it,
Wait a minute, Blow, I thought you were black. No, I'm just kidding.
What they say. So, it's like
people mistake him sometimes. Like, isn't that Forgiato Blow rapper guy? He's like half black, right? Like, no, he's a white.
Everyone says that. I got the swag, man. So, but what I would say is, it's going to be hard who they're going to hate, but they create their own hate. You know what I mean? They can create anything.
It's identity politics.
It is.
They've mastered it. They're the masters of it.
The only person that they really got that's even strong is y'all guy, Newsom.
Don't say that. Don't say that. Stop it.
I don't know.
We live here. Ugh.
No, but I don't even
the
know if
only
that's true.
thing is, he has endless budget.
That's true.
Yeah, they're going to throw so much money at this kid.
Yeah, he has endless budget. So there's nobody stronger than Trump, but after Trump, they're not that strong, man. Like,
I know.
I'm even a diehard Trumper.
Well, we're gonna get into a big crap show up on the stage again. Is what I fear.
There will be a power vacuum,
like we did when
16.
Trump ran in 16, and there was 13, 15, 16 of them up there. Remember?
Of course.
Because you're going to see Ted Cruz, Marco Rubio, RFK Jr.,
JD Vance,
Tulsi Gabbard, JD Vance. I can keep going. There's going to be.
Tulsi was my VP pick. You know what I'm saying? I thought Trump.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I'm talking about for president in 28.
He was my VP pick. You know what I'm saying? So.
You're going to see at least 3 or 4 of his cabinet members run.
Of course.
Okay. JD's going to be up there. I'm telling you, you're going to have, and then the usual older suspects will jump in. Like I said, Cruz will get back on that stage.
Of course.
And that's going to divide up the party more. And you probably saw the headlines today, Blow. They're talking about the old school Democrats working with the old school Bush Cheney era GOPers, to try and get a coup. So in 28, they can push out any MAGA candidates and try and bring back the grand old party style candidates of the 80s, 90s, early 2000s, the Bush Cheney style.
Well, who could they push out? Because if
I don't know what the hell they're going to do.
They can push MAGA out, then how did Trump win everything landslide? Like, MAGA is America. Right?
I know,
absolutely.
That's why I don't know how they're going to hijack it.
And that's why they're painting again everything. Even though Trump's the president is already winning, instead of trying to assassinate who's coming next, they're still trying to assassinate Trump because they want people to think they made a mistake by voting. They always cheat in elections, both sides.
Yes,
there's always cheating in elections, right? So there was so much love for Trump that the cheating couldn't even matter on both sides of what they could do in this election. Like, we were right there. I was with you election night over there in West Palm.
That's right. We had fun.
That's where we met. We always meet at the rallies because one thing about me is, like, they always bring me on. And Dan's always been solid, always bring me on, play my new music. There's other people out here that would say, give me money or I got to pay for that type of stuff. And a lot of people don't realize, they say, like, I'm doing a grift. Well, when I drop a new song in this grift lane, I got to spend $30,000 to influencers that are on the Trump train to get it shown.
I know. Wow. I've heard that. You know my feeling on that.
So imagine when I make a new song for Trump and then I got to go right here and go through some money to be like, well, okay, I made this song and I want to get it out there to the people. So let me send some people some money. And I know it's their business and their platform. We all make money advertisements and that.
Sure.
So, but I'm just trying to say, I'm not stacking at those people. I'm just saying, how can it be a grift? How can it be a grift when I'm not monetized? How can it be a grift when my YouTube is deplatformed and my new one's not monetized?
Yeah.
How can it be a grift that my Instagram in the last 30 days, I have 25 million on the top of my thing watching what I'm doing, and I'm not monetized? So where's the grift?
I know.
Where's the
Brother,
money?
I feel the
That's
same way.
crazy,
If
by
I
the
hear
way.
one more person tell me that if I say something positive about this or negative about that, I'm bought and paid for by this company
You
or
and
this
Mr.
country.
H, you and Mr. H busted y'all butts to keep that stuff over there.
Thank you. We almost
I
got
met him,
shut
I had
down for
crazy
3 years
respect
straight.
for him
You know
because,
what happened.
you
Yeah.
know, they threatened him to say, we'll take you off networks.
Yeah, and
He
I don't
said,
monetize squat. Go look at mine. I'm not
when
monetizing
I
either,
put out
brother.
the song Trump Trump Baby, it went at the RNC. So that's like certain things that like I just for my hard work it's done for me. I had no clue. I put the video out, me and Amber Rose, our Trump Trump Baby, and I remade Ice Ice Baby. Well, one of my biggest songs is called Vanilla Sprite. And it's got me, Rick Ross, and Vanilla Ice. And I remade Ice Ice Baby. And when I put it out, Sony and all the companies took their percents and everything was cool. So I said, okay, well, I guess I'm allowed to use that sample. So I told Ice, hey, I'm going to sample it again. And he didn't really say nothing. Right? I said, if it blows up, I'll cut you some check. You know what I'm saying? Whatever.
Yep.
He told me he owned the sample. So I come out with Trump Trump Baby with me and Amber Rose, shoot the video. Next thing I know, they're not really bugged. It's like number 2 on iTunes, you know, but that's one thing people don't get. Like, okay, as Republican artists, we might go number 1, number 2 on iTunes, but these other people, they're on Apple Music streaming number 1.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
you could be number 1 on iTunes. You're not even in the top 300 on streaming. Like we might sell 10,000 albums, and it's like, whoa, we're number 1 on iTunes. Well, they're on Apple Music, and they have 9 billion streams.
Yep.
We're not beating them in the culture war at all.
Good point.
Right?
Good point.
So this video here, when I put out the video, I'm not taking away from what we do. I'm just trying to show like the people are showing support, but this other side of music is still way bigger and has way more attention. And that's how I knew it didn't really add up when they were having the Migos and Meg Thee Stallion and all these big rappers come out for Kamala and it wasn't doing nothing. So when I put out the RNC, Trump Trump Baby, I'm like out in the living room or the front of the place, you know, not even really supposed to be in the arena. And next thing I hear, I'm on every station, every channel, every hallway with a camera. I'm looking up there. He's got the clip of Trump watching it. Everyone's watching it. So it goes instantly number 1, goes viral because of that. Next day, Sony takes it down.
Now that,
so I'm like,
that one we just saw, sorry, Bo, that video we just saw, that's the one you were talking about that you did with Ice and Rick Ross. How many years ago was that one?
I would say that is 7 years old, 7, 8 years old.
Okay.
I did that while I was supporting Trump the first time.
Okay.
And everybody told me, oh, like, after I did that song and realized, like, man, like, I still got doors to break through, I'm putting a red hat on and I'm going to explode them. Like, and it was more like exploding as being a businessman, a hustler, an entrepreneur. I knew nothing about politics, right? So when we finished this RNC thing, so when I did the song Trump Trump Baby, it went number 1. Sony took it down the next day saying because of samples. I sent the Vanilla Ice, thought you own this. Oh, no, that song's highly copyrighted. I'm like, whatever. So I go to call the studio. I'm like, take the sample out, give me the beat, put it back. I put the song back out. Boom. Sony takes that one down. I said, it's not the song. They're like, no, Trump Trump Baby, the word Trump Trump Baby, the melody's to Ice Ice Baby. I'm like, you don't own the word baby or Trump Trump. So I changed that, put it back out. They take it down. Now they got 3
Who's running
copyright
Sony?
strikes.
Who hates Trump?
Sony. So watch, they got 3 copyright strikes in 2.5 days on me. Spotify, Apple, iTunes takes my whole entire catalog down because now I got now they don't know if the music, all the other music I'm making money off has copyright issues. So for safety precautions, everything came down. So Mr. Grifter had no music being able to be sold for 9 months of the election. Then I had to spend $60,000 to get a lawyer to put new music out and put everything back out to get my catalog back, right? So guess what day they gave my catalog back?
The day before the election.
Day after the election. My catalog all came back. And so what I ended up doing, I changed the song, the Trump Vance Baby.
Nice.
Yes, I remember that.
I changed the beat.
Trump Vance
and it did
Baby.
pretty good. It didn't do as good as a Trump Trump Baby because it didn't have the single But there was a TikTok sound that was number one that had like, I don't know about you. That was Taylor Swift. And then it cut to mine. I'm voting Donald Trump, baby.
That's right.
Like,
I do remember the change.
That sound had like 90 billion impressions. So, I changed the culture in a lot of things that I've done. I mean, since day one. I made other people realize, well, wow, he's got all these cards, all this jewelry, all this nice stuff. He must have got that doing that. So I'm going to start making music like that. You know what I mean? And try to take over like that. And, some of the ones that have high success in it, they don't reach out to me. They don't work with me. Everyone's in a lot of competition with me. They like to see me get banned, love when I get deleted. But I have good relationships with powerful people like you guys and other people that keep me afloat when I get knocked down. And like, if you get knocked down so many times, you're doing it for the good reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't make music to get money.
Right over the target. If they're going after you, you're over the target, man.
Yeah, I'm losing money making music, but I like to stir the pot like Trump does. That's what I want to stir.
Yeah, well, you got other businesses. I know that you've told me before that you invested over the years in other companies that have nothing to do with music. And so
I got 10, 15 different sources of income. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Yeah,
money.
Smart.
And then there's other groups, like Donald Trump, like a Hadass, or like Trump Latinos. I created groups that nobody knew I was, so people were hating on me. So I just wrote music, put groups together, put the music out, and no one knew it was me. And they're like, "Oh, this is so much better than Forgiato Blow. Let's blow it up, not knowing it's Forgiato Blow." So you know what I mean? I'm just that kind of hustle.
Did I see?
That's clever.
Because we're always eating in media behind the scenes. Did I see that you have like a condiment company, like barbecue sauce or something?
My family seasonings. I'm part of a company like that. Yeah, it's a seasoning company.
Okay,
Okay.
I thought so.
All right.
Yeah.
I like that. All right.
Yeah. I mean,
there's just a lot of different things that I do, but at the end of the day, it's like I've always been a hustler. But my biggest thing is just creating content for other influencers. So like other influencers are writing songs. Like you say, you compose music. I'll, get the camera, get the studio. I'll give you a look. So there's a lot of artists trying to come up. They might want to get a Rolls Royce, have a pretty girl, some jewelry, and they can't go get all that. They can come to me. I own all that. So the budget that a major label is going to cost you for that, I might tell you $5,000. A major label might say $50,000.
Oh, smart.
So
yep.
My goal every day is just try to make money, enjoy my life. I just been a hustler. You can't sit around and make excuses. You can't sit around and just blame other people for your non-success in life. You know what I mean? And that's how I see about Trump. Like, he's waking up every day in his late 70s.
Dude, the guy doesn't sleep.
Talking about him. Yep. He don't stop. Like, I hustles nonstop. And I be thinking to myself, I could only imagine Trump. Like, when does he sleep?
Oh, I know. Mm-hmm. And you know what I hate? Like, you were bringing up about how people bust your chops about, oh, he's a grifter, or, oh, grandpa had money. People do that with Trump too, right? Same thing. That's how you can relate to him. They're like, well, daddy was rich. Actually, no, daddy worked his butt off and built buildings and managed buildings. Yep. And then from everything I read, Trump got a building. Now, granted, that's a nice gift, but a building, that's it. Daddy didn't give him millions or billions of dollars. Gave him a building and said, now go make your own way. Well, you could have screwed that up. Anybody could have.
Of course.
Or you could have turned it. Look what he did. He didn't get handed a golden spoon. He got handed a building in New York, and then he turned that into a multi-billion-dollar international name brand. And oh, by the way, won the presidency of the United States 3 times in a row.
And for the record.
Yeah, Blow. 3.
And for the record, by the way, because I think the left needs to hear this, and everyone should know this. Look, there's nothing wrong, by the way. You do well, and then you pass wealth down to your future, like your generation, your kids. There's nothing wrong, and that doesn't prevent them from working hard. Like, 2 things can be true at once. President Trump was given some, resources by his family, and then also worked his tail off morning, noon, and night to capitalize on that. That's America, baby.
But I
There's
feel like liberals and Democrats, and Blow, you can probably attest to this, when they do their identity politics, want to pin people that have wealth against. Like, Republicans are a bunch of rich old white people. That has been their mantra since I was a kid, right?
I'm just saying,
and how could you vote for people that care about, well, first of all, we live in a capitalist society.
We do.
So wouldn't we all be looking at that prize going, I'd love to get there.
Yes.
Why am I condemning people who were prosperous?
Totally.
That's awesome that you got like Blow's story. That's awesome. Dude. You did all this, Blow.
It is.
Why would I condemn you for it? And by the way, that preamble says we are all what? We all have the right to pursue happiness. It doesn't mean that you're going to be happy and rich. You have the right to pursue it, the pursuit of happiness. That's it. You could end up pursuing it for 100 years and be dead poor and miserable. Hell, you could be rich and miserable. So I hate that when people do that, Blow. Go ahead.
Same.
And sometimes you got to embody like what people are saying about you and just roll with it. So that in 2016, I'll be like Donald Trump. They can say what they want. So instead of me saying I'm a barber, I'm a street dude, I'm getting money, I'm a hustler, Cool. I got a silver spoon. I put his red hat on. My mama gave me that. You're broke. Too bad your parents in a hustle. And when I did that song, Silver Spoon, it set fire to people because they were like, oh, man. And what I did was, honestly, in 2016, when I did that video, so like I used to pay a lot of money for like websites to shout you out or people to do blogs about you, but it's advertisement. I still do that to this day. But instead of being like Forgiato Blow and at my name so everybody could find me, I paid blogs to take Silver Spoon video, my first Trump song, and be like, oh my God, the world has to see this. Donald Trump has a nephew that raps with face tattoos. And I did it. I told him, don't tag my name. So then it looks like they just did it naturally. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yes.
Like right now, when you go on
Trump's
Twitter
nephew.
and you post something, if you don't add the person's name, it's just your own thought of what you thought. So I was paying big people instead of giving, like, trying to look like I was getting the attention, looking like I was trying to cover up the attention.
That's so
Look
smart.
at the mastermind
That's so
marketer
smart.
here. Guys,
Yeah,
you didn't
and it
know
just-
watching
it
this
just-
tonight you were going to get a master class in social branding. He's telling you how to
Yeah,
use
and it
social
just
media to
went
brand.
crazy viral from then. And then it's like, only thing that has to happen is Trump to come out and say, he's not my nephew. And then I'm 10 times bigger anyway. Which ended up being Trump.
Which he loves you, so he just let it go on. I mean, come on. Hey, you
But
know what we
you know
got to
what I'm
do
saying?
before we
Because-
run out of time? Hold on. I mean, we're 45 in here,
Yeah.
and we haven't played any music. We showed a video. Do we have some songs we can actually play, guys, in the back? Is that a yes? Okay, let's roll one, and then we'll have Blow comment on the backside. Let's roll one.
Prince of prime time, I spit the truth like I'm damn ball. Real America.
Who's that?
Oh, yeah,
Who's
we
that?
ain't no commies, you protecting the children. 2A in the building. From you Democrat pedophiles rigging the system. This a message to the fake news. We all know Trump won. Try to censor us and ban every single one of us. Father and a journalist, he never changed for the fame. 30 years later, damn balls, legendary, man. Get real. Read between the lines. FJB, middle finger to the other side. Get real. Read between the lines. Trump 24 indicted in a landslide. Voters got rights. Waving flags and the stars and stripes. Indicting presidents, that's not right. If questioning the outcome of election is a crime, then give me life. Trump's nephew's coming right back with a
All right, that one was the one I was talking about. I didn't know that
Who
one.
was that guy you were sitting next to at the desk? Who was
Hey,
that?
that's the man that stayed down and kept working where he was wanted instead of going to CNN for a check or something, you know?
Thank you,
Somebody
brother.
could have bought this man out of there and he could have sold out. So, you know, it's like one
Thank
thing was like, I was happy when I was there. Everybody there at the, you know, at OAM was very nice to me. Everybody treated us real good. Me and my camera people. You know,
When did we do that? 2 years ago? In
Yeah,
23?
That looked, yeah.
23, right?
you know, from your wife and, you know, Mr. H and his.
Yeah.
his,
Hey, man, we thank you because look,
just
and let me tell you
everybody there was
something
great.
about Blow on that video, which was called Real America. It hit, I think, number 10 or 11. We didn't make it like number 1 or 2, but that's okay. My first rap video. And notice I didn't sing like some other people that got into some other rapper songs. I don't sing. I'm not stupid. But I got to thank Blow a lot because one, that elevated our profile of what was happening here at OAN because we were being canceled right in the middle there in what, 22, 23, 24. We just started making our comeback this year. What a difference a president makes and an FCC chair. But it not only showed the ridiculousness of how they were attacking Trump, but us. And yeah, it's called Real America. That's the name of my show and whatever, and Blow Out of My Buddies. But he also ate a big portion of that, paid for it, wanted to help us. We wanted to help him. Like this was a collaboration of MAGA people saying, hey, man, you want to collab? Yep, that'd be awesome. Okay, I'll fly out from Florida all the way across the country and we'll put something together to keep pushing the mission of MAGA and Trump and his music and our network. And that's the way it should be.
Amen.
Can we roll one that doesn't involve me and then we'll talk about it? Thank you. Roll another one.
I am Charlie Kirk.
I am Charlie Kirk.
I am Charlie Kirk, and we are just getting started.
I wear this hat not for pride, but for the fight that lies ahead. If loving Christ means losing it all, then I'd rather join the dead. Had youth on your side, but not time. They try to silence him, but his name will never die. They took 150 million people, multiplied. Tell the Democrats the revolution's televised.
Wow.
Love, powerful,
Wow.
powerful
Yeah.
for our friend Charlie. And you've done so many. I mean, I don't even know what the count is of how many songs you've done, but that one, of course, being one of the most recent because we lost our good friend September 10th.
I just want to say, by the way, Blow, if I can, just to harken back to something you said earlier, because I really love your vibe, and I'm just meeting you, admittedly. But the fact that you're doing all of this and fighting for the country and uplifting the movement, and you're clean and sober and clear-minded, I just love that message you're putting out there. We need more of that. People who are healthy,
Right.
and strong and sober and clear-minded.
Well, he's not doing pimps, hoes, and coke.
Yes, well, that's the
like a lot of rap music.
That's what we need to fight back against tyranny, because people who are level-headed and sharp as a tack are impossible to control. So just thank you for that, Blow. Truly, that's important stuff. It really is. We need that more.
Definitely. And that song, R.I.P. Charlie Kirk, and it was a tough one because a lot of people were making the songs, but I felt like there wasn't one from MAGA standpoint. I heard a lot of songs that were just about Charlie. They're more Christian based. There was not one that's like MAGA America. So I came with one. I wasn't even gonna make one because then it's like super grifter. But I actually text Benny Johnson, who me and him made crazy content together. I said, "You think I should make one?" I sent him a song. I said, "I love it." And then I was going to the funeral already because I go to all the events. So I said, "Let's get some of the people in there and just try to keep a memory alive." Everyone remembers that day that we're there, because you could be Charlie Kirk, I could be Charlie Kirk.
You're right.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how who killed him, what killed him, all the stuff I see. Somebody killed him. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, that person could kill us.
That's
and that
right.
person could take you for speaking your mind.
You get death threats, I get death threats. The network gets death threats
every day.
I know, brother.
Every day.
Disgusting.
I put them up my story, and I tag Pam Bondi and all types of people so people can see them. But I mean, they've been giving me death threats my whole life. It's just, you guys going to give up? I mean, you're going to stop? Like, I have people all the time. The other day, this guy wrote me, and he said, "Hey, man, I'm a big fan of you. My son's dying of cancer. His number one wish is meeting you in person." Wow. I said, "No problem. I can fly you out, or, we'd set up a FaceTime." He wrote back, "Just kidding. Even if he was dying of cancer, you'd be the last person we would choose."
Wow.
And I'm like,
sick.
I put that on my story to say this is like what Democrats do. It's like, at the end of the day, and then he made his page inactive immediately.
And did you go look him up, by the way? Is he a father? Does he actually have a kid? Because that.
No. But
I'm
it's
saying.
just no, because right after that, he'd even go private. He took his page like, "I'll be leaving Instagram for 30 days." Type thing.
My God.
Inactive. Because he saw that
sick Democrats, Blow. He probably does have a kid.
No, they
That's
got to
the
lose their life.
sickest thing to say.
I mean, even the stuff I saw on Charlie Kirk's birthday, we went and we did a couple rallies, and I saw like teachers and people on Halloween, dressed up with him.
Oh yeah, with the thing in the shirt and the blood.
On my neck, making Charlie Kirk. One thing I would say, there's nobody in this world that's Republican that's publicly made fun of a Democrat dying publicly.
No.
We all knew George Floyd was a piece of crap. And that's what we were getting at, a piece of crap. George Floyd wasn't Charlie Kirk letting people have conversations.
No. And we never said, I wish, what's his name, would have pushed on his neck more or something.
You know what I'm saying?
No, we never said that kind of horrible
George
stuff.
Floyd isn't the person you could compare to how we acted when he died compared to Charlie Kirk. They're not the same people.
But if you do compare, look how our side reacted.
Completely.
Compared to a godly father.
You don't think we could have burned down anywhere in the world?
No looting, no rioting, no burning.
Then we could have burned something down or looted something down, even all the young kids.
Yeah, nothing happened after Charlie's death. Our side did nothing except pray.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And it's like, that was when I went to that funeral, like, I believe in God. I'm just not really like someone who's like there yet, like every single day in God's my life. I'm more like the hustle's my life.
It's all right. It's a work in progress.
I'm not telling anybody that I don't believe in God. I believe in God all day. That funeral was the first time I felt God in the spirit. And when I came home, I got a Bible, right? Wow. Not to say, I got a Bible, everybody buy my music. I just got a Bible. It was given to me, and it sits by the side of my bed now, or I have it with me. And it was just really, when I went in there, it was the first time I ever, it was so much energy in that building.
It was the Holy Spirit, brother.
That understands. It was just crazy.
That's called the Holy Spirit.
I've never felt nothing like it. It gave me life when I walked in. I don't know, man. It was just a crazy feeling in there that day.
Even watching, I mean,
Charlie's death created a revival worldwide.
Like more than 200,000 people between the main center and then the event center right next to it.
Oh, yeah, and then the millions that were watching, streaming around the globe.
Everyone united
and then an explosion of chapters. And this is a great way to end on a positive note on our friend Charlie Kirk, our friend Forgiato Blow, this amazing thing called the America First MAGA movement that Donald Trump and millions of Americans, like all of us sitting right here, helped to create, build up, support, defend, and we will continue doing it in the future. for years and years to come. We'll never waver. We'll never stop. I don't care how many death threats I get. Blow, let's give you the final word. What are we going to see from our friend Forgiato coming next? You're working on something new?
Yeah, I always have music coming out. I stay active doing what I'm doing. I'm kind of trying to figure out where the direction that we are going as a whole. Obviously, us three are still in that same direction we're going. I see a lot of people, going left and going right. I don't know if it's for clicks or what it's for, the attention. But if you are a Trump supporter and you're watching this, and we all love Donald Trump, but if you're one of the people that are posting negative things and you knew he was your guy for the last 8 years, just trust in what he's doing right now. We're not even in the first year yet. You know what I'm saying? He's still working plans, still going through what he was handing. And I think people are so caught up in so much stuff right now, they don't even realize, like, man, it hasn't even been a year yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, because we feel like he's about to be out of office next week, and then we're going to have an election again. Like, we have a long road ahead of us.
Yes, we do.
And he's closed the borders down. He's stopping wars. He's doing a lot of things that Joe Biden and Kamala never did.
Oh, he's doing stuff that a Republican wouldn't have done.
Seriously.
If we'd elected any of those other guys that were on the stage in 16, if they'd have come back in 2020 or 24 and they'd have been the guy instead of Trump, we wouldn't be seeing 10% of what we're seeing Trump do. So as everybody, I agree with you. All you turncoat haters that start going, he's not quick enough on the economy. He's not quick enough to stop the Ukraine war. He's not quick enough to release the files. It's
all
10 months.
All I want to know is from you guys, who's your pick for 2028?
Oh, geez. He wants that last one to end. Can I take the fifth?
Yeah.
I mean, you guys have some real voices.
I mean, right now.
You had one. You don't got to ride at them, but if it was today.
Yeah, if it was today. I'm going to, well, if it's today,
I have a ticket in mind.
If it's today,
really
well,
work.
not a full ticket because you don't know how it's going to shape up, but I'll say this. I will say this. You go first. I know who I'd say. Today. Blow says today, not tomorrow, not 28. Today, right now, if there was a special election and we didn't have the rule of the VP taken over and we had to elect someone, go.
I'm going JD.
Okay.
I am.
Blow,
I'm going JD.
how about you?
I'm going JD Vance, Vice President Trump.
Oh, I like that. I like that. Heck yeah.
I would say today, JD as well. You got to go with the number 2.
Yep.
He's obviously pitching the same policy. He's in those meetings. You'd want JD.
Well, I can tell you why, too. I mean, they throw so much at him all the time, and his wife and his family, and he's just so calm,
solid,
so calculated. He's above it, and I love that. He's exactly who I want over the red button, carrying the nuclear
He came
football.
from poor white trash
Completely.
like me. I can relate. Divorced family, drugs. Mine was alcohol on my dad's side. All this, right? Goes in the military. I went in the military, gets himself through Ivy League, becomes a senator, and now the vice president. I love the story. He's a patriot.
Totally.
I go with him. As the number 2, I don't know that Trump would want to do it as the number 2, but I like where Blow's going.
He should be the governor of
I would say,
California,
well, here's what I would say.
Governor.
I would say Vance Trump Jr. There's my ticket.
Oh, really?
Then we
But
don't
if I had to have a crazy, if I had to throw one that was crazy, it's Tulsi Gabbard, Carrie Lake. That would be crazy.
I mean, I love Carrie.
If I had to throw one that just crazy to maybe would be like, whoa, that would be it.
Two ladies. Two very ballsy, gutsy ladies.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow.
And with that, we just hit almost an hour. We got to run. Our good friend, rapper, businessman, brand extraordinaire.
Hustler.
Trump's nephew. And number 1 hustler in the rap game that I know anyway, Forgiato Blow. Brother, miss you. Thank you. Come on back. I know you hate Cali, but come back out. Oh, yeah. Nice Trump shoes, by the way. I know you got like a half a dozen. Can you send me a size 10 or 11?
If I can find one of them now, we're going to, get you stretched out a little bit, get you one of these.
Okay. All right.
Thank you, brother. See you soon. God bless you.
Yes, sir.
Yep. See you. Well, there you go.
Wow. Yeah. Look,
Cool cat.
For everything that's going on right now, that conversation gives me a lot of hope. I mean, as long as we have people like that in this movement, then we're not going anywhere.
He's not wavering.
Yep. Nope.
Yeah. Don't believe X all the time, right? Because I've noticed that my feed in the last few weeks is disgusting with turncoats.
Yep.
And I'm tired of it because I still say there's more of us and than there is of them. And the them I used to mean were Democrats. Now I got to say there's more of us than them, and I got to clump in some right grifters who obviously were never truly MAGA, or you wouldn't be jumping ship.
No,
you wouldn't be jumping ship yet, because you can't take 4 years, and not just 4, because don't forget, Trump couldn't do what he wanted to do in the first term because of COVID. Paul Ryan and the Republicans had stopped him.
The collusion hoax, of course. The
17 and most of 18, he couldn't do squat.
Yep.
He started cranking stuff in 18, more 19, We start singing, and then 20 hits, and we have COVID. So give him a break. He's 10 months into the new one. You might as well consider this first year like the third year of his first term because he was stonewalled for so long. Yep. So it's not just 4 years of JoJo that he has to unscrew, okay? He's got to unscrew 8 of Obama.
Yep.
And let's be real, 8 of Bush.
Yes, completely.
8 of the Uniparty, 20 years of the Uniparty, 40 years of the Uniparty. He's trying to dismantle full departments that we never needed.
Yep.
This doesn't just happen in 10 months. And I get you want eggs and milk and gas to go down. You want all the wars to stop. You want all this now because Americans want everything now.
Yeah.
Because we turned everything into me, me, me. Look, we hold an iPhone and I've got my account. Follow me. Follow me.
All of a sudden, everyone's a foreign policy expert. Look.
Yeah. It's coming.
Yeah, it is.
Take a breath, support your president, and we're going to get through it, and it's going to get better.
Yep. And never stop, never be apologetic about it. You know, do not give up on the fight.
Hell no,
Don't,
I'm never apologizing. I support Trump.
If you want to understand, because we have our problems, sure, but if you want to understand how special this country is, leave it for a little while.
There you go.
Try going to a different country.
You saw that just going to Cabo a couple of weeks ago, and everybody thinks Cabo's amazing.
Mexico City, actually, but the point remains.
Oh, that's right. You're going to Cabo.
Yes,
You did Mexico
but
City.
I will be going to Cabo.
And what'd you say about that? Going to the capital of another nation,
Yes.
even though it was cool.
It's
you also
cool,
went.
it's exciting.
Did
good
you want to
food.
live there?
No. And as
Okay,
soon as
then.
I came back, as soon as I was crossing the Tijuana
You were
airport,
kissing it.
Yeah, exactly. You see the border wall as you're going through the terminal in the Tijuana
Kiss
International
the
Airport.
U.S. soil, baby. Kiss
Yes.
it.
Yes, I thank God every day I was born in America. It's like winning the lottery every
Amen.
single day.
Why do you think 15 to 20 million snuck in under JoJo's watch? Because we're still the best.
For real.
And what a great way to end. Big thanks to our sponsors, Grunt Style, as always. Thank you, guys. Big thank you to Mr. Robert H. Herring and the Herring Family Network, who puts on this show and provides us a great studio. Unfortunately, it's in California, but hey, we love California as well. You're a native. Check out my show every night. It's on at 8 Eastern. Riley's on at 6 p.m. You got Matt and Chanel at 9 and 10. For all things OAN, just go to the website, oann.com. And with that, Riley, get the final word and get us out of here. It's the weekend.
We're on the socials, so YouTube.
Sound like Trump. We're on this.
That's right. Mom Donistan. YouTube, X, Truth Social, Facebook. Check out OAN Live for all of our 16 hours of live news coverage every single day, 7 days a week, 4 primetime talk shows. If you have questions or comments or concerns or feedback of any kind,
Guest ideas.
just let us know. Guest ideas. You want to find out more about Grunt Style and what they're doing for America's heroes, then just let us know.
And that's it. Play us out. Can we hear some Uncle Ted? We'll see you next week.
Want to see more great videos like this? Click on the link below to subscribe to OAN Live and watch Dan Ball's Real America and The Matt Gaetz Show on Dish Channel 212. Tune in, subscribe, and watch today.